Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so with Halloween just around the corner, I am bringing you guys yet another annual Michael Jackson Thriller Dance animation. But this year, I'm wanting to advance it than the previous animations. So if you're a returning subscriber and you've seen my previous Thriller Dance animations, then yeah, you'll have seen what they've been like. But I'm also going to show you now. I put a compilation together, so before I continue with the video, let's just watch this compilation and I'll see you right after that clip. Okay, so now you've got the gist of it. That's the idea of it. The scenes you saw in that clip, they were simple, nothing so much going on in the background. It was just lights, camera, and action, basically. So now I'm wanting to take it to the next level. I want to try and add some more realism. And what I mean by that is by, for example, here, this is the scene. So I'm going to show you now the behind the scenes of how it's going to work, how I'm visualizing it for my upcoming Halloween 2022 Michael Jackson Thriller Dance animation. So here, this scene, this is our backyard, and I'm not able to, well, I can show you this little bit here that I have sort of pre-rendered. You can sort of get the little gist of it there. But what I've done is I am using 3D camera tracking now, so I'm able to track the scene and now place the models into that scene and add shadows to try and make it look like they're actually there in the scene. So what I mean by that is I'm going to just quickly go over, it's not going to be a full-on tutorial, this is the behind the scenes of how it's being made, and then video after this will be the finished result. So hopefully you guys will stick around within the next week or so, because I'm hoping to have this released by Halloween, and yeah, get the finished product out, and so you guys can check that out. So with the scene, all I did was import the video clip, then calculated all these tracking points. So then all I did was just selected all these points here, created a 3D virtual camera and a solid or null just to create a point within that scene where I wanted my ground plane and 3D models to basically be within that space. So that's all you need to do with Adobe After Effects. That's all I needed it for, to create the 3D camera track. Then all I did then was export that into a Cinema 4D file. So then let's jump over to Cinema 4D. Here is now my scene within Cinema 4D. So to set up this scene again, I'm having to create a background. So let's the floor, let me just turn that off. So basically this is what it looks like without it. I'm just going to go through the timeline. So as you can see, these are the exact same camera movements from when... Can I just... Without this... I should have shown you this first. So this is the blank canvas, basically. Me just doing a 35-second recording of the backyard. Then obviously after the camera track. This is just for reference. You place the solid there so you know it looks like it's a good track. Then you import the Cinema 4D file. And just give it a moment for it to load up. Kind of forgot what I was going to say next. Oh, with the camera track, it was a really good result actually. I think average error 0.35 pixels. So they say for like a really good track, anything below 1 pixel is a really good track, or even if it's just a solid one. But that was really good. And let me just jump back a little bit. So I recorded this using my phone, the Sony Xperia 5 II. We could use any phone, but it's got to be good quality. So I recorded this clip in 4K, but then reduced the frame to 1920 by 1080, just because rendering 4K will take a lot longer time to render, process, blah, blah, blah. So filming in 4K, though, obviously it records more information. So that's why I was able to get a really good track, just to bear that in mind. You probably still get a good track if you recorded in 1080, but if your phone or camera has the capability of recording in 4K, then I would recommend it, and then just reduce the composition to 1080p. So we're done with After Effects now. Like I said, all the work is now done within Cinema 4D. Now we're going to go on where I got the models from and where I got the animations from, because I'm sure you guys will wonder where I got them from, and it's all free, which is what we all love, right? So just need to log in to the website actually. Log in with Google. That's the one. Okay. So mixermode.com. I'll leave the links to the websites that I use in the description so it's easy for you guys to navigate. But this site is by Adobe. It is free. Just create a free account with an email address, and there are so many 3D characters to use from the site itself, which I have. Like the cop is somewhere, the zombie cop is there somewhere. So let's just pick this guy, for example, use this character. Again, I'm not going to do a full-on tutorial, but basically this is the setup. So he's in a T-pose right now. So now you go over to animations, and again, there are hundreds of animations from like dancing to anything like action, acrobats, weapons, jumping, acrobats, breakdancing. I love a bit of breakdancing. Yeah. All right, so once you found your animation, you literally just click download. You can choose the frames per second, 24, 60, or 30. But for the sake of my project, I've just done it all in 30 again to save time, render times. But obviously it's going to look more impressive in 60. But if you've got the processing power and and the time basically to render such a project, then yeah, go for it. Right, so you have your model, but I'm also going to show you the other websites where you can get free models from and like really easy to use. So Sketchfab, basically anything is on here, and there's a ton of free, even paid models, but some really good free models from cars to characters, objects, buildings. It is so good. You could spend hours just searching through the library. And even if you create your own models, you can upload them to this site and share them, or even sell them if they're that good. I've uploaded quite a few models myself, actually, so feel free to check that out. These are some 3D scanned models that I have done. It's just really cool. And the most impressive one being this site, P3DMU. Again, the link will be in the description, and this is where you're going to get the most impressive video game models, literally extracted from even games that are out now. But I'm going to show you a few characters that I'm going to involve in my project. It's going to be from Resident Evil 2 Remake. You even got some saucy ones here. But you've got Chris Redfield. You've got like Resident Evil 8 character models here. So you could use them in your project. You're just going to need WinRAR or some kind of software to extract the folders. But obviously these are going to be more complex models. So some are very complex that I can't even do. When I import these into Cinema 4D, they can be quite complex, so it's not been worth my time. But some have been really easy. So I'm just going to jump back into my scene. So this guy here, if you're not familiar with this guy, he is a model from the Resident Evil 2 remake. Just going to do a quick render of the scene. Is it going to let me? It might take a while, actually, because I've left global illumination on and everything. Now, this is as realistic as I can get it so far. I'm using the built-in render software in Cinema 4D. I'm not using Octane or Redshift. I don't even know how to get that, but I have seen the results they produce, and they are so impressive and much more realistic. But this is just as good. I'm happy with the result here. Obviously, again, you've got to take into consideration the environment that you're shooting. So again, once you've shot your scene with the video, you then immediately have to take a photo or a panoramic photo of the scene so you can capture the light within that scene, because you're going to use that again when it comes to building the scene. So I did that and just added a fake sky again, then applied the texture as a luminance channel. So you won't be able to see it, but it's within my files somewhere. Honestly, my organization is really messy. So I'm going to show you the panoramic image. So this is what an example. This is exactly after I took the video. So then I took a panoramic shot, captures the environment, the sky in that moment, so you can capture the exact light and reflections. So then again, put all that into your scene, background, import your models, place them wherever you want. Again, these models were from Sketchfab, little cameo from Amazon with their package over here, always delivering smiles. And then I have not used an artificial light, again, because with the sky, I am then using global illumination to create more realistic looking lights and shadows, just to make it look more realistic. Ambient occlusion as well, so can't really forget that. All this adds more, not too much more, I think. This scene, okay, so part one of the thriller dance animation is 895 frames long. So I've rendered this out already. I've rendered it into a PNG sequence, which is what I also recommend, just in case the software or your PC crashes, you can then recover where you left off. So part one. So export all those frames as individual photos. All, well, 899 of them. And then all these files are then going to be imported to Adobe Premiere Pro as a PNG sequence. So it then puts them all together and plays them back as a video file. Which is highly recommended. Don't render it in MP4 or anything. I realize I am talking a lot and I'm hoping it's not boring you. This is really cool. I just wanted to show you guys the behind the scenes of how I am creating perhaps the final thriller dance animation, because there's only so much I can do. And I think I want this to be the most impressive out of what you've just seen from the previous clip. Because I've been doing this for like 3 years, like each year I've been trying to change it, but it's always been kind of the same, just different models. Here we've got different models, but I'm taking it the next level by adding more realism with motion, not just in a virtual world. But I'm going to mix it with real world and virtual worlds because I'm kind of limited on time as well. So now my next thing is to try and find a virtual space to create, which I will show you guys next in the video. It's going to be a long video, I'm sorry. So we've got our scene one, all perfectly tracked. It is awesome. So now we are done with scene one. That's already rendered. That's in my Premiere Pro project. Now on to part two. So I've kind of gone, oh, what's happening here? Oh, do not do this to me. Where's my camera? Oh, here we go. So part two, I have gone basic here because it's literally just a still image. I'm going to render the scene just so you can see it real quick. But this one's just going to be showing off more props as well. Oh, what's happened to my puppet? So any fans of SCP, we've got the SCP-176 as it does, just looking at the wall. Who knows where it's going to be looking in the next scene. I just love things like that. I want to like mix it up, add different elements to each scene. Also, again, any horror fans will recognize this if you know of Slenderman. Got the 8 pages, but there isn't 8 there. And Saw, for any Saw fans, we've got Billy the Puppet. And again, the cop zombie. This time I went a little bit more advanced. You won't be able to see very much, but in order to like create, as you can maybe see, there's some shadows. There's not, but there's shadows on the wall. So what I did is I created walls. So without the walls, it's literally just a 2D photo. So in order to create shadows again, I've had to project the image onto these walls using cubes. Okay, using 3D object. For example, I used a cube, spreaded it out. In fact, let's just go to this. So this is basically my setup here. Got a box. This is our room. So we've gone from a flat 2D image to now an actual 3D room, which is really cool. By camera projection mapping, I think it's called. So you're projecting them images onto like a 3D on 3D objects. It's really cool. I'm still learning. I'm not advanced at this, but I think it's so good. So look, we've got us. Oh my gosh. So we've got us light set up. Obviously, again, I'm gonna have to re-render the scene. In fact, no, I'm going to show you the image. So we're going to go over to shadow play. So this is a scene from Uncharted, the Legacy Thieves collection, which has just got released on Steam. Where is it? I still have it, right? Olympic. Oh, here it is. So this is the photo. So we've got lights here and a light source here, just very minimalistic light, but still. So that's just to explain that. Then obviously bring that into here. I've also created an area light here to bring in an extra bit of light and soft shadows. And then I've placed 3 more artificial lights to replicate the lights from the photo. I'm so clever, right? I blow my mind. Blow my own mind. So basically that is the explanation of scene 2. We are here with part 2 of the thriller dance animation. Not much going off, but like I said, I'm just showing off more elements within the scene with more props, blah blah blah, introducing new characters to the scene. What else? So now we can close that one. Let's see if I can find. That's basically where I've got up to. I'm still quite far away from the next. I'm not on part 3 yet. But that's what I'm trying to work on next. Let me just quickly go through my folders. Now, like I said, my organization skills are pretty bad. These are all the 3D models though that I've downloaded. So we've got some Fortnite models in there. We've got Jill Valentine, Spider-Man, Jason Voorhees. I'm going to show you an image. This is basically just to show who I want to be involved. Oh, what have I done? Oh my gosh. So these are, and this is another example of the models. So we've got Leon Kennedy from the Resident Evil 2 remake. We've got Ellie from The Last of Us Remastered. So I was quite impressed that I was able to get her and texture, and she's going to be involved in the routine, which is pretty fun. Jill Valentine from Fortnite, really impressive model. We've got the Pig Doctor from Saw. Jason Voorhees, Kratos, another Fortnite model, Michael Myers, and then we've just got some props here. We've got from RoboCop, just a TV, and Big Daddy from BioShock. Again, just to show off more elements that I want to involve with the next scenes. Oh, I have it right here. This is the scene. Oh no, Ellie's not textured there. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Something's happened and I've got to retexture Ellie. That's kind of a pain, but it's not too bad. So these are the models. This is the scene. So obviously I'm going to be creating cameras again, all that good stuff. I don't want to be talking too much now. You kind of got the gist of it. nothing much else to show except that what I want to say now is I hope you guys enjoyed the video and are looking forward to the finished result. Hopefully I was able to explain as much as possible and impressed with my workflow, although like I said, it is a bit messy, but who is? What creator is nice and organized, right? I know it helps, but we've got files everywhere within folders, but at the end of the day, I'm just hoping to get this project finished. It's my most ambitious one yet. So if you are new to the channel, would appreciate it if you just gave this video a thumbs up, drop any comments, let me know what you thought of it. And if you do want to see more content, subscribe to the channel. There's it's a huge variety of content on my channel, showing tutorials. We've got animation, we've got gaming, we've got virtual reality, tutorials, gameplays, anything that I learn, I like to share on the internet. So if you guys appreciate stuff like that, and it's all from a beginner level, I don't see myself as a professional, everything is self-taught. So then whatever it is I learn, I like to then pass it on to you, which I hope you appreciate. And I just enjoy it. It's really good fun. I like making these videos. So in the next video, thanks again for watching and take care. See you soon.